So because so many of you were asking how I made this dress go from this to this, I thought I would release my tutorial. My inspiration came from the Paolo Sebastian's Couture 2018 runway look, as well as the Dolce & Gabbana's Sacred Heart collection, and a bit of the Met Gala 2018 theme, specifically Lana Del Rey. So the first thing I needed to do was make some alterations to the dress itself. It was a bit baggy around the chest and the waist, so I needed to bring it in just along the seam a little bit. Next was adding the hardware to the bodice. I found these beautiful pieces on Amazon. The sword is actually just a letter opener. So then I just cut it in half with a pair of pliers and then stuck it to the Sacred Heart piece with just super glue. You want to make sure that the dagger lines up or else it's going to look all kinds of crazy. And then because I'm lazy, I just super glued it to the front of the bodice. And because I am a bit of a bead hoarder, I had a lot to choose from when it came to designing the bodice. But I ended up settling with using just some reds and some golds and yellows to highlight the Sacred Heart in the center and sort of play into that more of the Dolce & Gabbana theme. And just doing the border of the heart itself took about 10 hours. And just to add a little bit more dimension, I added these yellow beads as well because I felt like the gold almost looked a bit washed out against the black. And then just to finish it off, I did a white bead outline just so it would pop a little bit more. And just as a fun little detail, I decided to sew on some bead blood droplets too. The next step was then to hand bead all the individual sunray lines onto the dress. First, I had to sketch them out with a fabric pencil, and then I began the long process of just beading each individual glass bead onto the dress. I think this took me about 35 hours until it was fully complete. I then added some statement pendants to the skirt of the dress, but then now I felt like the bottom of the dress was too busy, so I had to add more to the bodice. I had these beautiful teardrop pearls, but wanted them to look more Tudorish, so I added some gold beads at the bottom of that as well. Then I added some more red beads, and because I am a little more extra, I found this pair of earrings that I thought was on theme and added that to the bodice too. And there you have it. Here is the final reveal of the fully completed dress. I just want to take a moment to have a big shout out and thank you to all my followers and the people on my TikTok live. Thank you so much for your support and keeping me motivated and accountable in finishing this project. It really does mean the world to me. So here's just a close-up on the bodice and all its details, and my favorite feature, which is that the Sacred Heart in the middle is actually a secret locket. So I just have a sneaky picture of my messiah, Evan Peters. But again, thank you so much for all your support, and if you really like these kind of videos, I'm trying to post more of them, so just let me know what kind of stuff you want to see me make next, and I hope you guys have a good one.